The next Ethereum update is in discussion. What can we expect from the upcoming Pectra hard fork? And pioneering new capital markets, Bitfinex Securities is issuing a token on the blockchain to build a Hilton hotel in Bitcoin country, El Salvador. And the Bitcoin halvening event is days away. We'll take a deep dive into how this event typically affects the crypto markets. So much to cover in today's crypto news. Let's get into it. The Ethereum network typically goes through regular updates, giving it new security enhancements and features that will later be integrated into the ecosystem and the front-end consumer applications. When new software is published by developers, the nodes on the network update to this software, and after a period of time, the network registers the upgrade and undergoes a hard fork. This means the network changes from running the old software to the new software at a certain block in the blockchain. The fork typically contains a few EIPs, which are Ethereum Improvement Proposals, which is a standard format that's used to propose a new change to the network. Earlier this year, the network integrated Denkun through a hard fork, which paved the way for a massive scaling upgrade, which can increase the transaction throughput on Ethereum from 100 transactions per second to 100,000 transactions per second. This is a feature called Denk sharding. Denkun added an important precursor feature for Denk sharding, EIP 4844 Proto Denk sharding. This EIP is a proposal to implement most of the logic and scaffolding, the transaction formats and verification rules that are going to make up the full Denk sharding spec, but not yet actually implementing any sharding itself. That's going to take a few more years to implement. Denkun was a major upgrade which significantly slashed fees for layer 2s built on Ethereum. So if you're using Base, Optimism, or Arbitrum, expect to pay a lot less in fees per transaction. One of the major enhancements Ethereum is expected to take on over the next few years is account abstraction. When implemented, this will significantly improve the user experience of Ethereum wallets. They'll be able to implement new features like social sign-in with your crypto wallets, gasless transactions, and finally get away from requiring ETH in your wallet in order to make a crypto transaction, which is one of the big pain points for crypto users. Discussions are now taking place for the next hard fork Pectra, which is expected to go live before the end of 2024. This upgrade will contain a major EIP 3074, which will enable some of the features that will work towards account abstraction for Ethereum wallets. This upgrade facilitates various functionalities, including transaction bundling, streamlining the sign-in process to a single step, and sponsored transactions, a feature that's going to empower wallets to delegate funds for others to utilize, offering a more versatile and efficient transaction framework. Fundamentally, EIP 3074 enables conventional crypto wallets like MetaMask to function more like smart contracts, to have underlying logic that allows them to abstract away things that make for a bad user experience on the surface. Here's an example. If you're going to trade a token on a decentralized exchange like Uniswap, it's now going to require only one signature from the user's wallet, as opposed to having to approve every new token that you transact with and then sign the transaction to make the purchase. More will be included in Pectra. This is just the start of what's been confirmed. I'll put out an explainer video that's going to be more focused on this upgrade soon. The government of El Salvador is pioneering crypto economics in their country. The country was the first to make Bitcoin legal tender in September of 2021, and now they're pushing the boundary of the field once again. In what's been described as a new era for capital markets, Bitfinex Securities is issuing a tokenized asset raise to construct a Hilton hotel in El Salvador. This is a great example of real-world assets being tokenized on the blockchain. Investors in the project will need to make a minimum $1,000 investment to purchase the token, which will be issued on the Bitcoin Layer 2 network Liquid under the token HILSV. So think about this, anyone in the world will be able to take part in this project by purchasing the crypto token on Bitfinex exchange. This technology is opening opportunities for people to be able to invest and finance development in any country in the world without borders, without distance constraints. The project aims to raise $6.25 million at a 10% coupon rate for the 5 years. To sweeten the deal, El Salvador has promised discount perks for debt holders at the hotel once it's constructed, maybe a few free nights at the hotel for the debt holders. The hotel project will have 5 levels, 80 rooms, 5 commercial spaces and other hotel amenities, including swimming pool, restaurant, a gym, gardens, and multi-purpose rooms. Sounds like a great deal. Fundamentally, the reason this is possible is because the government in El Salvador has issued a digital asset servicing license to Bitfinex Securities in order to pioneer this new capital market. They now have the early mover advantage in a race that's only going to speed up over time as more countries step into crypto land. Every 4 years, the Bitcoin network goes through its famous halvening event, where the block reward, which miners receive for publishing a block on the blockchain, splits in half. The event is currently expected to occur sometime in the next few days, likely around April 20th, at block 840,000 on the Bitcoin blockchain. Once that block passes, the reward distribution to miners for securing a block on the blockchain will reduce from the current rate of 6.25 Bitcoins to 3.125 Bitcoins. This is significant because fundamental economic theory would teach us that market price is based on supply and demand. And while the demand for Bitcoins remains the same, the supply is about to be cut in half. This, in theory, should translate to a price increase, given that there are far less coins being made available and a constant demand for them. Now, how the drama of the event actually unfolds on the charts is a different story, though. because in a typical crypto cycle, this event coincides with a sell the news downtrend in the crypto markets before a significant price increase in the months that follow. Will this time be different? We'll have to wait and find out. It's possible given this cycle has already been a bit different. The all-time high was crossed before the halvening event this time. Usually the all-time high has been crossed after the halvening event, so that's an unusual anomaly. So all eyes on block 840,000. That's all for today's crypto news. As usual, this content is educational and it's not financial advice. Crypto is very risky and you shouldn't invest unless you're prepared to lose it all. Remember to like and subscribe for regular insights on the ever-evolving crypto landscape, and I'll see you next time.